it's Lisa here from Arcaneandstellar. I want to welcome you today to this timeless pick a card reading. If you are feeling drawn to this reading, then there probably is a message here for you. So we've got 4 different groups to choose from today as we ponder and discover what will happen for you in the next 2 weeks from the time that you watch this. So it is timeless, as I mentioned, but we have 4 different groups to choose from. So we have number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I want you to choose intuitively. Really dig in, give it a moment. And after I get done speaking here, I will offer a period of time where you can meditate on the cards with music and just see perhaps if that helps you. Some of you might need longer to gaze at them, however feels right to you, okay? Some of you will know, lickety split, and for others of you, you might need a little bit more time. There's no right or wrong. It's just important that you tune into the intuition because that's the bigger part of pick a card readings in particular. So with that being said, some of you might be drawn to more than one. Some of you might want to pick 1 and 4, like 4 and 1, or 1 and 4, or 2 and 1, or 3 and 4. Some of you might even want to watch them all, and that's totally valid if that's what you're feeling like. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for all of your love and support. Leave a comment down below if you like the video. Let me know what you're excited about over these next 2 weeks. What's something you're looking forward to? Let's find out. So let's get started. Here we go. Hey friends, so if you chose group number 1 here with this beautiful cutout, this is your reading. So for those of you here, let's find out what is going on for you over the next 2 weeks from the time that you watch this. And I will be live shuffling some more, but these are kind of the initial cards that I've chosen. And let's see here. Oh, patient. It pops out right away. Being patient might be a virtue for you over this period of time. We've also got Cypress. Resilience. I need to control is a trigger statement, but the true statement is I surrender. Allow yourself to relax with the currents of life. These changes will take you even closer to where you're meant to be. That's really interesting, the way that came out, because it fell on the ground. And even I found myself kind of frustrated because I was like, oh man, that fell down and I need to bend over to get it. I want you guys to take the next few weeks from the time that you watch this with patience. And if there is anything that you're feeling especially impatient about, I think Spirit's definitely telling you to, take a moment to relax. I surrender the outcome. I know I can't control anything in this situation. It might just be the best for your mental health. You know what I mean? And of course, for some of you, especially if you're watching it as I'm initially posting this, Mercury retrograde's about to start, so things can feel kind of goofy. We also have the card here, affordable. You can afford it. So this is from my blessings deck, which I'll be releasing sometime in the future. But yeah, affordable. You can afford it. So some of you might actually be purchasing something over these next 2 weeks, and maybe it's something that you haven't had the money for, or you've been putting off or something like that. But it kind of feels, obviously it's affordable. It's like you can afford something. So it makes me think it could be like a bigger purchase, that sort of thing. We also have unique voice as well. For some of you, I really do feel called for you to really, delve in and discover. You might be sharing, part of your voice in some way, maybe literally, maybe figuratively, over the next 2 weeks. You're called upon to do such things. So whether you're a writer or, even in, if you're a teacher in a classroom, sharing unique perspective as an example, there might be ways in which you can use your own unique voice over these next 2 weeks, okay? And we also have quality time. So I feel like a lot of you will be focused on quality time, and that's what I like too when we come to that idea of patience. It's like just chilling. And some of you might just be really doing that, just chilling a little bit more, being more patient, just spending more quality time with yourself, with your family, with your friends, with your partner, however, it is. Even just kicking back and not rushing anywhere, not trying to overdo, as an example, right? And especially where you need to control, for instance, say some of you are the type that get all up in arms about something. You want to make sure everything's perfect. It's like Spirit says, nah, you just need to chill. And we have the 3 of Pentacles, and that goes well as well, because this could talk about teamwork. And for some of you, I will say that you will have, perhaps some of you might be working on something with a group or with another person, And there might be like a collaborative effort. Maybe it's like you'll have to be patient with somebody else. If, especially for those of you that are the type to like take over a project or like try to rush, like not rush. It's not that you would be a rush. It's like when you just want to get it done. You don't want to wait for the other person, as an example. It's like, oh, no, I'll just take charge. I can do it now. I feel this fire. But like, I don't know, for some of you, it's like, don't try to do that. Let someone else do their part too. You know what I mean? And it's not because, it's more like to give yourself a break. But I do feel like that there will be like collaborative efforts, and that may require patience because there might be miscommunications or, more patience required, generally because of that. But let's see here. Next 2 weeks for group number. Hold on. You will receive a gift. I'll get the other card that fell down in a moment. It went flying. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So we've got the flag here. So do not be tempted to lower your standards. And that's another thing. I think for some of you, especially if you're the type that often puts your like needs aside, like perhaps, okay, I have an issue sometimes with clothing. I used to, where I would always just kind of never want to spend. I'd always be like, no, I'd rather get more of it at a cheaper price. But a lot of times I would find myself getting things I didn't truly like, or things that would kind of fall apart very easily. And, just to save money. But actually saving money was getting myself the quality thing that I really wanted. You know what I mean? Rather than having a lot of little things. And I kind of wonder here for some of you with that affordable and flag, if you might kind of experience something where it's like, hey, you don't need to rush on this. Especially this purchase as an example. Make sure you're getting what you really want, what you really can, even if you can't afford it this week, what about next week? What could you do to make that happen so that you could get the best possible item? And I think for some of you, especially watching as this is filmed, or not long after during the retrograde season, especially that's a good time, that we can make mistakes. And so again, I think that's one of the things. And maybe for some of you, you're just kind of in this, lowering your standards might be something you have to deal with. And especially with the Cypress there, I mean, not Cypress, it's the unique voice, sorry, right above it. It's like sharing your unique voice, and rather than like lowering your standards and perhaps, putting your voice aside. And maybe that's part of the partnership or the teamwork of the collaborative thing, is actually sharing what your real thoughts are on a situation too, with patience and that sort of thing. So yeah, we have also here money path. A path of money is waiting for you to find it. And that's very positive, okay? So I want to say that for some of you, you might see the inklings of something developing on the financial front. So some of you might have a really good business idea or a side gig idea. You might actually have something actually available to you. So for some of you that are, job hunting, this could be a pretty good omen over the next 2 weeks, for finding something to apply to or something like that might be perfect or work out in the long run. And we've also got the box here. You'll receive a gift. So I do feel like obviously over the next 2 weeks, a lot of you will be receiving a literal gift from somebody. And we have hat here. You will be playing a different role. Interesting. So let me see. Again, the role might be kind of letting things go, being like, for instance, not feeling like you always have to do everything, all the time. Yeah, we have the clover, good luck, joy, and prosperity. So again, this might be a more lighthearted energy, rather. And you may also find yourself, a little bit more happy-go-lucky as well, So yeah. That is what I'm seeing over the next 2 weeks for you guys. So again, a gift is coming your way over the next 2 weeks. That, reminder not to lower your standards in situations, to find collaboration, not where someone else is winning, not necessarily where you're winning, but you are making sure that your unique voice is heard, You know what I mean? But at the same time, being patient with others. So I kind of feel as if there might be, not challenges, it's not even challenges. It might be just an atmosphere of, you know, working with others or getting along with others. And then, of course, we have the money path, like I said. So again, financial possibilities here for you. And then the hat. Now, I'm going to take a few charms here. So for the next 2 weeks, okay, let's see here. So we've got Libra, and we've got Aquarius. So these are two very compatible signs, actually, that make a sextile aspect to each other. Or, well, no, a trine, sorry. A trine. Why did I say a sextile? They are both air signs. Wow. Air signs make trines, and yeah, and then, anyway, we'll just leave it at that for now. I'm not going to do a whole astrology lesson, but yeah. So we have these sorts of energies, again, very compatible by nature. And for some of you, again, this could be showing, you know, relationships being very communicative, and again, relationships could be in focus here with Libra, as well as bigger ones too. It's kind of like the group mentality as well as the one-on-one relationship. So those both might be highlighted for you in particular. And then we've got the clock here. So again, time, patience, being patient, not overthinking things. And again, you might be a busy little bee here with the bee. You might have a lot of things to do. But don't forget to take some time to relax, entertain. Music might be very good for you. You might actually discover a new song that you enjoy or something like that as well. Or working on a musical project, or again, something, you know, particularly important around music could show up. Some of you might be practicing a musical instrument, writing songs, you know, that sort of thing. But again, for some of you, it's just enjoying music and maybe more, you know, reflective of like just chilling, and like I had mentioned earlier. And then we have the egg here. So again, I think that there's something about to hatch in your life. I think there's something here, and I think that's that money path. Like, you know, it's like the golden egg in a way. And then we've got watermelon. And so for some of you, this might indicate that it's feeling warmer where you're at, or again, maybe this is watermelon's a food that you need over the next 2 weeks, or you might feel a craving for it. Also, you know, we can show little challenges because seeds are present. And so, but nevertheless, it's worth it because the watermelon's sweet and good. You know what I mean? So overall, I would say any challenges are met bravely, courageously. Again, there's the little army guy who, you know, kind of states that. So that is what I am seeing for you guys over the next 2 weeks. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and let me know. Leave a comment down below. And if you want a personal reading with me, you can do that through my Etsy, as well as if you want to join here as a member, you can do that and get some exclusive pick a card content. So let's go ahead and end it here, and I'll see you next time. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 2 here, this is your reading. Be bold, be brave, be you. That's your message for the next 2 weeks that you've chosen. But let's go ahead and check what the cards are for the next 2 weeks. And we're going to go through, we'll get some charms and some tea cards and everything like that. We'll get in deep. Okay. So we've got tangerine, innocence. The trigger statement here is, I have so much to do. The true statement, I am playful. Let the burdens of responsibility go in this moment and look at your world from the eyes of a child. So this is interesting because it almost feels in some way like group number 1 in the terms of trying to find playfulness, you know, not putting too much pressure on yourself, okay? I have so much fun, you know, so much to do. But it's like, for some of you, it's like spirit saying, hey, you know, don't feel like you can't have fun. You know, and so I think over the next 2 weeks, some of you might be, you know, advised to do that. Some of you might naturally feel inclined to take more time for fun as well. You know, that would definitely be a possibility there, right? But yeah, and you know, I think that you may find that your, you know, responsibilities are high over the next 2 weeks as well. And it's just reminding you, hey, things might be busy. Take some time for yourself. Be playful. Try not to put too much pressure on yourself. We've also got the Queen of Cups here as well. So to me, this could really show you feeling emotionally sound and secure generally. And I would say that You may find yourself connecting with somebody that is a Queen of Cups type, someone who's very kind, caring, and compassionate. What's interesting is that we have ally. Someone has your back. And so this actually might be somebody who features prominently in the next 2 weeks. Maybe there is a water sign, feminine in your life who is kind of acting as an ally to you. It doesn't have to be a water sign, but it could show somebody with true intentions, a kind heart, and that sort of vibe. And you yourself might be in that receptive mode as well. We've also got contemplative, independent, and cheerful. I want to say, I think you'll actually have a good time over the next 2 weeks. I think that these next 2 weeks should find you quite cheerful and in a good mood for the most part. Like, I wouldn't say I see much challenge here. We have that independent as well. So again, you might be kind of doing things on your own, working independently and feeling good about it. Perhaps you feel quite secure about that. Even if you have people around you, we have May showing up. So you might be thinking ahead towards May. But even though that ally shows up, someone has your back, it's like, you're good either way anyway. Okay, so next 2 weeks. What is happening? Oh, we've got love here. Yeah, definitely watch your health in terms of overdoing things, getting out of balance and then hurting yourself. It's almost like the type of thing where it's like, you go to the gym and you do too much and then you strain your back, or you stay up too late doing something and then you wake up extremely tired and feeling kind of like with a headache and just not feeling that well. So definitely, I feel like a lot of your health is related towards balance over the next 2 weeks in general. And like I said, a lot of it has to do with your energy that you're putting on yourself. Some of you might be spending a lot of time with your partner, by the way, as well, or thinking about love and relationships. Some of you might be just kind of like lovey-dovey, even if it's just in your imagination with if you haven't found anyone yet, I would say, like even in that situation. I feel like some of you might be signing new contracts over the next 2 weeks too in regards to job. Some of you might have new opportunities within your work as well. Some of you might be offered upgraded kind of duties, responsibilities, titles, that sort of thing too. Let's see, what else do we have? Of course, if you are looking for a job, you're going to find that I think you're a little bit luckier here over these next 2 weeks because of the pin. And some of you might even, especially if you've been looking for something, we have that solid foundation, success with effort. So again, from that effort, from that foundation that you've been building upon, you might find for some of you a new job or careers coming through as well. And if you're contemplating like studying for something that will lead you down a new path, again, this could be Spirit's confirmation that this is definitely something to do. With effort, there is a solid foundation here, and it could be something good. But again, like I said, going back to the scales, it says keep your life in balance, and that's what I got right away with that tangerine. And tangerine is actually a really nice oil because it can really bring out a more positive kind of vibe. Like citrus just in general does that. It's very like kind of more uplifting by nature. And so I would definitely say that for some of you, it might be helpful for you to keep citrus scents around you if you do like it, and or eat citrus as well. Maybe tangerines in particular or something like, similar. And then we have, again, that pay attention to your health as well. I think, like I said, I've already kind of said this, but I would say it again. Try to take care of yourself, not to overdo it. I think a lot of your health could come from a lack of balance. If you have issues pop up, it's just going to be more along the lines of what I've already said. And then, like I said, love and ring. A marriage will take place either romantic or business. Again, I think for some of you might be meeting someone new, a romantic possible partner. And for others of you, there might be a new career, job, possibilities, contracts, that sort of thing. Or even new project ideas that you're going to stick to long term. And of course, for those of you that are in a relationship, I would say, we could see that going to the next level, or a general sense of love and security within the relationship. And if you've been feeling insecure about someone, it might be that you start to feel a little bit more secure, like there's a bit more of a bond going on, that there's something a little bit more long term, or, that sort of thing. So that is what I'm seeing in terms of the cards here on the table. Let's go ahead and get some charms. Okay, let's see. Oh, you've got the heart with wings. Nice. I feel like for some of you, this could really signify that your heart's flying, that you feel kind of good, kind of free, again, independent and cheerful. Some of you might really feel free from something, or freer in some way, even if it's like feeling calm with money that just makes you feel like, oh, I can do what I need now, or you know what I mean? There's this lightheartedness. I really do feel like that will come through. We also have the Hamsa. And so, again, protective energies around you. I do feel here, this is interesting because we have the mermaid, and I always kind of think of her as like kind of a contemplative character. And so I feel like a lot of you could be quite contemplative. Of course, there's independence as well associated with the mermaid too. And so I would say, you're kind of doing your own thing. I think there's a good balance in your life between being with others and being with yourself. We also have Be the Light here. And I will tell you, with the Queen of Cups, one of the things that I got is like, I do feel like there will be a moment for a lot of you over the next 2 weeks where you are called to sort of reach out or be someone's shoulder to cry on. There might be a lot of people in your life that look to you as somebody that can give emotional support and guidance. And so you may be called to be the light in someone's life, and that's going to be a good thing. We also have I love you here with the infinity symbol. So gosh darn it, that's pretty nice, especially with love and ring. Some of you might be really feeling the love. And then we've got the swans here. And so to me, this looks like a mom and a baby swan. So this could be a focus on mom-daughter relationships or mom-son relation. You know what I mean? This sort of dynamic. I didn't even mean to say mom and daughter. I just meant to say mom and child, and then I kind of slipped up there and I had to say it all. So mom and child, let's just say. But yeah, or with, for some of you, this might be a coupling as well, but some of you, I think, are going to be bonding with maybe mom or something like that. And then we've got the elephant here. And some of you might be moms bonding with a baby as well, by the way. Didn't think about that. And then we have the elephant. And to me, elephants represent, let me see, actually. I want to look this up. To me, they represent family. But make it a point to be of service in some way to the young, elderly, or those less fortunate than yourself. And that's interesting because of the Be the Light. Do not let anything stand in the way of attaining this goal that is so integral to your purpose. You have the determination and persistence required to overcome the current challenges you're faced with. Trust your senses, and if someone in your life smells bad, or something in your life smells bad, take the necessary action to do away with it. Remain loyal to those closest to you in spite of anyone questioning their integrity. So that's an interesting one too. And then, of course, we have, it's a good time to renew your sense and connectedness with the divine. So again, spiritual attainment, that sort of thing. And swans, by the way, let's talk about swans as well. Because swans can represent, they have their own little meanings too, of course. The swan here can say that it's important to accept your life circumstances and surrender to the will of spirit, trusting that all will work out. Nice. Whatever changes you're going through, go with the flow. And no matter what is happening in your life right now, do whatever it takes to keep your faith strong. So yeah, strong faith. And then we've got the daikon, which to me represents, kind of rootedness. And so I want to say that you're pretty rooted and secure. And I think there will be plenty of occurrences of things happening in your life that really kind of help this flourish, that feeling of security. And again, you might have moments of being more contemplative and and then going from this sort of more seriousness. You might be thinking a lot, daydreaming a lot as well. But yeah, you'll go through those phases also of being cheerful. But yeah, the ally is present here. So it definitely tells me that there is somebody who has your back, who's very loyal. And that's actually very interesting too, because you know how it mentioned to disregard perhaps others' opinions if they kind of have something to say about someone in your life. It might be like, trusting, because actually this person maybe has your back. Watch out for people with ulterior motives in terms of how, they think you're connecting to someone. Oh, and we also have a butterfly, by the way. Oops, I almost forgot that part. So again, to me, that is kind of representative of, feeling free, feeling beautiful. I think there will be a lot of admiration coming your way and that sort of thing. But anyways, thank you so much for being here. I wish you all the very, very best. Take care of yourselves. If you want a personal reading with me, you can do that through my Etsy store, which is linked in the description box below. You can also join here as a member on the channel and get some access to some exclusive pick-a cards. But otherwise, guys, take care. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 3 here with this beautiful cutout that it has to, oh, I just love this one. It's so pretty. I always find the prettiest ones. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started on your next 2 weeks. We've got destiny here. The trigger statement is, I am lost. But the true statement is, I do what I love. There is a path waiting just for you. Open your heart and mind so that you can use it on your journey of fulfillment. Wow, beautiful. So Roman chamomile. So some of you might find yourself connecting to chamomile. That might be something that will be helpful for you over the next 2 weeks. You might want to drink it. You know what I mean? Like they have chamomile tea. We also have spirit guide. You have your guide's approval as well. And then we've got the Queen of Wands. So what can I say about the next 2 weeks for you guys? Well, I can tell you that they are going to be probably quite busy, dynamic. I think you'll have the energy for it. You might find yourself doing quite a lot with the Queen of Wands. This can indicate a lot of energy and a lot of fire inside of you. So you might be feeling extra creative as well. And for some of you, you might really find that spark. If you've been feeling a little bit bored or uninspired in life, this could really show you harnessing that creative energy again, feeling inspired, feeling driven. And for some of you, I have to say, I do feel like there might be a spark happening within you that is sort of connected towards your destiny and something that you're maybe destined to do. And we have spirit guide, you have your guide's approval. So it makes me feel as if it's like your spirit guides are, kind of cheering you on towards this development in your life that you're thinking about making or that you discover in yourself. This could be a new interest or hobby, but I will tell you that the Queen of Wands tends to be the most active physically of all the queens. And so, this can mean that you're just very busy too over the next 2 weeks and that you have a lot of energy, kind of going out there. We have few friends. So some of you might be connecting with a few friends over the next 2 weeks as well. A few friends to me, because I have one that says like mini friends as an example. Some of you might be interacting more with like a smaller amount of people in your life. We also have foreign. So some of you might be maybe you guys are researching a foreign country, learning a foreign language. There could be something foreign. Maybe you might meet a new foreigner in your life, like someone foreign or different from you, that sort of thing. You might be making a foreign meal or recipes or who knows. Like it feels like the message of, foreign and different, is here. And even with the Queen of Wands, very adventurous. So you might be trying something totally new. It might be like, you've never tried Indian food as an example, and you're like, okay, I'm going. And some of you might do something, like that with a friend, or a few friends, like a group. And we have here words of affirmation as well. And, I will tell you that as much as you can over the next 2 weeks, I feel like Spirit's guiding you to give the people in your life words of affirmation. You might find that actually your words and your encouragement are quite powerful to people in your life. And so affirming them and, encouraging them is definitely something I think that would be beneficial to your heart as well as to theirs. And so even if it's at the shop, and you see somebody and you think their earrings are nice, say it, and yeah, I feel like that's, some of it. And also words of affirmation might be something you're focused on. You might be, in need of a good sentence to really pull you through and think about over the next 2 weeks, especially with that, true statement here. I do what I love. Maybe that's affirmation. Am I doing what I love? How can I do what I love at this moment? What is that? You know, this contemplating that. But also affirming it to yourself through your actions as well with the Queen of Wands. Okay, let's see, next 2 weeks. I'll get that in a moment. Next 2 weeks. Ooh. Well, that's interesting. We have new job and career. And let's see what fell down. Ooh, okay, nice. We have the crib. So we have some interesting, sorry, I'm getting comfortable in my chair. Okay, so we have the purse here. So pay attention to your finances. Now, let me tell you, let's look and see what that means for you guys. Ooh, so there might actually be some happy developments. This is actually positive when we have the sun. So this can show you might be looking at your finances in a more positive light. This might be, with pay attention to your finances, this might be about making things more clear to you. The sun, of course, is bright, so it might be shining a light on what you could pay off, what you could cancel, what you could clear up, what you could invest in as well, okay? I want to say that this has a positive kind of vibe to it. So when it says pay attention to your finances, I wouldn't worry about it as something that's negative, like pay attention, there's danger. No, it's more of like you're just more focused on it. And some of you might be actually really focused on your finances because there's, you know, some good stuff with work. You know what I mean? It might be that sort of thing, like you're contemplating in that direction. We have the seahorse, family matters. So some of you might be getting together with family, focusing on the family. I will tell you that there could be some of you, and this is probably very few, so don't get up in arms, you know, but some of you might get pregnant over this period of time or find out you're pregnant, or some of you might be pregnant and thinking about a baby, you know, that sort of thing. That's coming as an example. But yeah, we have the family matters, so definitely family comes up. We have maybe elderly also being a focus in the life, because I saw the lily. But yeah, there might need to be, some of you might be a little bit focused on trying to balance between work and family or something like that too. With the crib here, we have the birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So some of you, I really do feel like might be feeling very creative towards some new project or idea. You might be conceiving literally a new project of some kind, putting it out there. We have the lily. We've got the bouquet. So this might be doing something you love. You might actually be taking a step in your life towards something that you love in general, okay? So very nice. And the lily to me reminds me of like long-term or old or something like that. So it might be something that will develop for a long time or be, you know, that sort of thing. And then, yeah, I really like this energy. So we also have the new job or career. And again, I think for some of you, that's connected towards the crib in terms of that birth or conception of something. But yeah, some of you might be starting something new. Some of you might get a new job or have hints or things like that. Here we have the fox and the stars. I think for some of you that have been like kind of working towards getting a job, you might have some inspiration or optimism in that direction as well. I would say quite positive. And then we've got flute and man. Okay, let's talk about that one. So we have disappointment in a friend or lover. And then we have man. Now, I kind of think that some of you might find yourself disappointed in a masculine figure in your life. Like you might find yourself disappointed. This could be... Sorry. Ugh, my throat is getting messy. Why disappointment? The key. Well, you might find that there are key differences between you and someone else. You might see that you're unlocking a certain red flag in someone. There could be also, there could be something, you know, I have to say, for some of you, it might be that you and someone else don't have the same values or ideas about something. And so therefore it kind of comes to a sense of disappointment. I won't say that it's an ending necessarily. For some of you, it may be. I don't really want to focus on that too much, the outcome of the situation. Just know that there might be some disappointment, in somebody. Maybe they won't live up to your expectations in some way. But I don't think it's fair for me to say that, I feel like that with my husband sometimes, and we've been together for 20 years, you know what I mean? So don't take it as something like that it means it's the end, okay? Sometimes we'll feel disappointed, okay? So don't worry. But yeah, there could be a disappointment. And this could maybe not even be like a lover or a partner. It could be somebody that you work with as an example, that sort of thing. For some of you, it may even be a lady. But yeah, what's your advice here? The moon. Well, here with the moon, the moon actually is quite positive in the Lenormand. So we have emotions, intuition, and fantasy. Again, for some of you, this might be about sharing that emotional reaction that you're having. You know what I mean? Not holding it in and letting it rip out later when it's unexpected. Of course, this could also talk about the intuition. So for some of you, it might be that you already kind of knew the outcome, but you were just hoping it would be different. And so maybe it's like, listen to your intuition. Try not to perhaps trust in them in that way. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's get some charms. Next week. Okay, let's see. Ooh, we've got the heart with the arrow through it. So I do feel like you'll be struck by something that you love. You know what I mean? It's like feeling maybe like excited about something, right? We have the purse here. That's interesting. So some of you might be really budgeting, thinking about shopping. Maybe some of you are trying to pay attention to your money again, as it said over there with the purse. Oh my goodness gracious. So we have 2 Aries. That's funny. So 2 Aries charms came out together. And then we've got the wolf, which is ruled by Mars. So Mars rules wolves and Aries is ruled by Mars. So that's kind of funny here. So we have the wolf, kind of brings about to me a few things. First of all, I would say that, there's that, we often hear the lone wolf, sometimes, but we also talk about like our tight pack as well, our pack. And so for some of you, may be very focused on your own pack in life, whether it's friends or family. But with the family matters as well, that's interesting because Little Women came out. And Little Women, this reminds me of my group, because what my group would be. I never choose my own cards. Actually, I know some readers do watch their own readings. I do not, because number 1, cringe. Number 2, I wouldn't want it to interfere with my reading. I always get worried about that. Like maybe I would insert something for myself that I just wouldn't want to put that, mix it up. But it is funny because I do have Aries and my birthday is soon, and the Little Women was one of my sister and I had that as our one of our favorite books, besides Anne of Green Gables, I think, and a few others. But yeah, Little Women's important to us, and it's going to be 2 years since she passed away. On the 14th, and my birthday's on the 18th, which was when we buried her. So, well, it was we buried her the next day. It was like when we did her funeral, I guess you could say, her visitation. And so it's an interesting time of year for me, right at my birthday. But I've been generally happy, you know what I mean? Like I've been doing better, and you know what I mean? She's with me in spirit. So maybe I'll watch this, myself, or read the book or something. Maybe that's a good one. Maybe a little sign for me. I'll take it this time. But yeah, so we've got that Aries dynamic showing up. So that could mean, finding people that are very like you as well, or hanging around people that are very like you. This could also mean that you have a lot of energy. You know what I mean? Some of you might be quite greedy even. Like maybe some of you are greedy to have more money, to make more money. Oh, you know what I mean? Like really excited. We've got this sort of, this Queen Elizabeth, and that's funny, my name's Elizabeth too. But anyway, we have Queen Elizabeth II, this little medallion looking thing, but it kind of reminds me of a coin, right? And so with this, and then Abu, he's like got the jewel. Some of you might be feeling very drawn, driven towards money. Like maybe you're really got your eyes on your money. You're like, I want to make money. I need money. And maybe I need freedom here with the horse. I need to go after something. I have to say, you guys have passion. That's what I'm going to tell you. You definitely have passion over these next 2 weeks. That's what I'll say. And again, there's focus on the family. Like I said, with Little Women, and then that family matters. I want to read really quickly about the horse. Okay. So you are about to embark on an unexpected adventure and will have to move very quickly once it's initiated. Again, there's the quickness of the Queen of Wands being like really inspired, really active, and like, I'm not sitting on this. I'm not sitting on my hands. I'm going. Okay. It's time to free yourself from those physically and emotionally constricting aspects of your life. Again, I do what I love, not what I hate, right? You need to call upon reserves of stamina and strength to get you through this ordeal. You're much more powerful than you think you are. And the situation requires strong warrior energy balanced with sensitivity, patience, and compassion. And then teamwork with your family, friends, or community is important right now. Wow. Okay, so yeah, that's so funny. I love how these, I love using this book. It's amazing. If you guys haven't ever seen that, this is the one you need. One of the biggest books, I would say, if you like animals and animal science and stuff like that. The wolf here, it says here, you're being spiritually and physically protected at all times. It's important to maintain your self-esteem and integrity and deeply trust in your inner knowing, even when you feel misunderstood or misaligned. Make cooperation a priority over competition. Valuable insights, ideas, and new teachings are coming your way, so pay close attention. And characteristics and behaviors that no longer serve your spiritual purpose are being culled from your consciousness. So that's very nice too. Especially if you've been feeling kind of lost. I do feel like maybe that part will be, I don't feel like you'll feel lost. Not for very long anyway. I do feel like it's like you're trying, and it was foreign makes you think you're going into foreign territory somehow in your life, even if it's metaphorically. It's like you're doing something totally different. You know what I mean? You might be researching foreign history, foreign culture, that sort of thing too. But yeah, interesting next 2 weeks for you guys. I really do hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up if you want to. But if you want to have a personal reading with me, you can do that through my Etsy store, which is linked in the description. And of course, you can also get, what do I want to say? My words. You can get exclusive pick a card readings here on the channel if you join as a member. Sorry, I had my brain. My brain went crazy. But anyway, lots of love to you guys. Take care of yourselves, and I wish you the very, very best. Okay? Bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful friends. So you've chosen group number 4. Isn't this gorgeous? Oh, I love it. The colors are just beautiful. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, let's get started and see what is happening for you over the next 2 weeks. What can you expect? So we start out with black spruce. Trigger statement is, I'm broken. The true statement, I am illuminated. As you release your attachment to the high and low, you find peace and balance. Honor the cycles of your body and energy now. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. We've also got temperance. Well, I have to say temperance indicates that there will be some level of peace and serenity coming your way over the next 2 weeks. I will tell you that you might be kind of in a very patient place. You might not be... I will say that some of you may not be in the most active energy. You might be kind of careful in assessing, right? But we do have calling. You have a new calling. So I do feel like that there is some sort of sense of excitement. And, I think temperance just shows that things are going pretty well over the next 2 weeks. It's all very moderate. It's very, nice in general. We have animal lover. So some of you might be really connecting towards animals or an animal in your life. We also have writer. Some of you might be feeling like writing, creating, that sort of thing as well. And we have fast moving. Ooh, that's interesting because fast moving, well, with temperance, that might be say, hey, don't forget to take some time out. You know what I mean? Some of you might also find that the energy kind of splits a little bit. Like you might be more active during one period of this 2 weeks, and then the other period you're a little bit more quieter. Like, you know what I mean? But temperance tells me that there is like some level of inner peace. So even if you're like kind of fast moving and things are going, it's like you're chilling. It's like you're the one who's like, everything's, you know, the wind's blowing all around you, and you're just kind of like, huh. And this might be also, I think for a lot of you, these next 2 weeks will just like this, you know, suddenly you're just 2 weeks later. Like it's going to pass by quite quickly for you. It's like before you know it, she has one eye open. It's almost like you open one eye and it's gone. You know what I mean? Like you've just rushed through the 2 weeks. We have man. Ooh, okay, hold on. Some of you have a secret admirer. Well, geez Louise. Let's find out more about that, but let's look a bit more. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. Interesting. The Family Matters came out again. That came out for group number 3 as well. Okay, hold on. Let me just pick that up. Okay, there we go. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we have got the man here and the secret admirer. So, you guys, I have to say, like I said, I think you guys got a secret admirer. And let's see. What's up with that? Oh, yeah, someone's got the sweets for you. We have the bouquet in the garden. So this could actually be somebody in your social circle, someone that you see outside as well in social situations, or even like just out and about, you know. It's someone that you probably have said hello to, that you could even just see them when you're at the supermarket. I will say that you may not necessarily have an intimate connection towards this person per se, although we have protection from a powerful friend. So I will see, that might be a different story for some of you, but this definitely indicates like somebody that you know in your circle and is an acquaintance even, more so probably an acquaintance. So maybe if you haven't met them, you definitely will this week. But I would say that they might even flirt with you or compliment you with the bouquet, to be honest. So this might be like somebody kind of showing their feelings a little bit. My stomach is growling. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, now let's see here. We've got this major challenge to overcome, so let me see what's the deal here. You know what this is? Okay, I feel like a lot of you have a calling of some kind. And if you haven't had it yet, I think over these next 2 weeks, you might feel very inspired to do something. And with the major challenge to overcome here, this is being kind of clarified as something that is definitely very fulfilling in a heart sense. Like it's like it fills up your heart with joy, or it brings a certain level of like fulfillment to you. But it may be something that's like not that easy. It's kind of like, you know, some of you, it's like you decide you want to go to Hollywood and become an actor or actress. And you're like, how's that ever going to happen? It seems like such a major mountain. Like I'd have to do this and this and this and this. You know what I mean? Or it's like I want to write a book, but oh shit, like how am I going to write all 700 pages? You know what I mean? Like how am I going to finish this? But you know, the thing about it, I feel like even if it's hard, like I think you have something, you know, that's a good idea that offers some sort of purpose, some inspiration, that sort of thing. So, you know, even if it's hard, keep at it, you know. Don't think anything's too hard, especially over these next 2 weeks, what comes to your mind. Even if it seems like it'd be a mountain to climb, it's a mountain worth climbing, and I think you can do it. Okay? We've got the archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up, and I think that falls well with that mountain card. So it's telling you that there are new pathways opening for you over these next 2 weeks, and you definitely should take them, okay? Start going down that pathway and see where it leads. You know what I mean? Even if you feel like it could take a long time, you know, for some of you, there could even be a lucky break here. And it could lead you towards prosperity. I feel like for a lot of you, we see luck and prosperity that you're kind of moving in towards, especially when you're feeling aligned with yourself. We've got the dog here, protection from a powerful friend. So, you know, I don't know if this will be evident to you, you know, visually in your life, but I do feel like there will be somebody who's got your back in your life. Okay, I do feel it's connected towards a secret admirer. Some of you, okay, if somebody actually, okay, I'm going to give you a hint. If somebody defends you or seems to be protective over you over the next 2 weeks, that is a clue that they're a secret admirer, okay? If they kind of stand up, want to defend you, stick up for you, that sort of thing, we've got the secret admirer right there. So keep your eyes peeled for that, okay? Now, we got the seahorse as well, so we have family matters. So what's happening in the family? Ah, the crossroads. Choices, opportunities, and decisions. For some of you, this might be obviously... Some of you might be seeing different family members. You might have like one side you're seeing and another side you're seeing, or there might be, you need to make choices for your family in general. So this might be like choosing whether to keep your children in school, or your child, like maybe choosing to take them to new school, or there's some sort of matter of discussion in the family. And it has something to do with choices, opportunities, and decisions, okay? So it's like maybe this is helping, you know, your child figure out where they want to go to university, or helping your partner or your spouse, or even if you're a parent or your cousin or your, you know, someone in your family. It's like maybe you're called upon to kind of help them navigate something. But yeah, that's kind of the energy I've got there. Okay. And then we're going to take some charms. So let's get started on those. Okay, let's stop there. Oh, I love it. We have that Be the Light lantern. So to me, when I was just talking about that, about the idea that you might also be kind of guiding in the family direction as well. We also have music, so entertainment, music, relaxation might be something important. Chilling out. Some of you might do well really with some background music, or finding something that increases your studying, your focus. Some of you might... You know, there are these awesome playlists that I find sometimes, and it's like you're in a haunted castle or something silly. Some of you might be checking out that kind of thing, or you should, definitely. We've also got shoes, so some of you might be buying new shoes over the next 2 weeks. Again, there might be some walking as well. Some of you might be dressing up because these are high heels as well. So some of you might have like a dress part, you know, dressing up or dressy event or something like that. We've also got 2 crowns actually. So definitely, you know, connecting towards somebody who thinks you're amazing. I think that shows. And it also shows authority. And I love the moon, the crown, and the wings here on this one, because it really shows that you are working with your intuition, with your power and authority, and, you know, kind of in a way that denotes freedom, you know, and power, I would say. We've also got the bicycles. So some of you might be riding a bike. Or again, to me, bicycles, you know, last summer I was riding bikes with my husband quite a lot, and it was so interesting because I've ridden here and there, but not a whole lot. And I used to ride all the time when I was a kid, and it was just like, I remember, you know, just riding bikes with him, and it was like, man, I feel like a child again. Like just that wind, and I don't know, everything about it just felt like a kid. Like, and it's like, of course, I'm not even close to being a kid anymore. You know, I'm farther away from 18, you know, than ever. But anyways, and even younger. But it was just like such a freeing thing. And of course, you know, movement can be implied with a bicycle as well. We've got Taurus here. And we've got Aquarius. So this might be signs that are prominent in your life. Of course, Taurus can represent money, finances, beauty, self-worth, and these sorts of things. And then we have Aquarius, groups, people, you know what I mean, being unique as well, having big dreams and ideas, I think of as well. And then we've got BFF, so you might be spending time with your best friend, or, you know, that sort of energy too. And then we've got the leaf here. And so this could talk about, for me, turning over a new leaf. And so some of you might be turning over a new leaf in your life in some way, you know, with those new opportunities and possibilities. So what a beautiful reading you guys have. I really hope you liked it. And if you did, let me know in the comments below. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you're looking forward to over these next 2 weeks. Try to focus on the positive. What are you hoping will happen? What are you manifesting for these next 2 weeks? Let me know. But anyway, if you want to get a personal reading with me, you can do that through my Etsy store, which is linked in the description box. You can also get exclusive content by joining here as a member. But yeah, take care, guys, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye-bye.